Hey creeps, it's Cameron again, and welcome back to Library Macabre. Today, I have yet another unboxing. So, you may remember a couple of videos ago that author Mark Morris sent along 2 big boxes of his books for me to unbox here on my channel and eventually read and review. And after I posted that video, a couple more authors and publishers reached out to me and were like, hey, do you want to unbox some of our books on your channel? And I was like, yeah, sure, I would be fine with that. So one of the publishers that reached out to me was Bloodshot Books, which is one of my favorite publishers. I do have quite a few of their books. Actually, a couple of the books that Mark Morris sent along were Bloodshot Books. So Pete from Bloodshot Books was awesome and sent a big box. Like, this is heavy. I don't know how many books are in here, but it feels like quite a bit. And you know what? I'm very excited to get into this. I could really use a big box of books right now. So yeah, this box came at the perfect time, and I'm gonna break into it for you. So Bloodshot Books is an indie horror publisher. They publish a lot of really cool books. They always have amazing covers. Their covers are so good. All right. This box is loaded. Okay. Thank you, Pete, so much for sending this. I could really use a smile right now, so this is nice. So the first one I see here, ooh, actually there's 2 in here. The first one is Odd Man Out by James Newman, who I've heard of James Newman. I've not heard of this book though. I've actually not even seen it, but this looks really good and like a really nice summer read. Kind of looks like camp to me. So I'll just read the synopsis of each of these so you can see what you think, and if you want to go add them to your wish list, you can. It says, welcome to the Black Mountain Camp for Boys. Yes, camp horror, one of my favorites. Summer 1989. It is time for splashing in the lake and exploring the wilderness. For 9 teenagers to bond together and create friendships that could last the rest of their lives. But among this group, there is a young man with a secret. A secret that, in this time and place, is unthinkable to his peers. When the others discover the truth, it will change each of them forever. They will all have blood on their hands. Odd Man Out is a heart-wrenching tale of bullies and bigotry, a story that explores what happens when good people don't stand up for what's right. It is a tale of how far we have come and how far we still have left to go. This sounds really good. This is a very short read too. It's only 130 pages, so I can definitely squeeze this in before summer is over. The next one is Dead in the USA by David Price, another one that's a square-shaped book. It says, girls just want to have fun. That's all Kim French wanted to do. Have a little fun. Inviting a male stripper back to her place may not have been the best idea, but you only live once, right? Famous last words. When that stripper turns out to be a deranged serial killer, it becomes the last risk Kim will ever take. In the aftermath of her sudden death, the Grim Reaper gives Kim's lingering spirit a choice: oblivion or vengeance. Kim chooses the latter, vowing to stop her murderer from killing again. Embarking on an undead quest through Boston to catch her killer, she leads 2 police detectives and a reality TV cop show on the hunt, and along the way she finds out what it means to be dead in the USA. So I'm guessing she gets murdered, spoiler, and she has to help the police find her murderer, so that's cool. Alright, so the rest of these are all really nicely bubble wrapped, which I appreciate. How's everybody doing right now? Are you doing okay? I don't know if I am. I think I've gotten through it, but it's getting to the point now where I'm kind of losing my mind. Fortunately, I am about to go on vacation somewhere. My sister and my brother-in-law and I are going to take just a really small trip. Just, 2-hour little drive somewhere very cool. Actually, a castle. We're going to stay in a castle, because why not? I won't tell you which one just yet. I'm actually planning on doing a video because this place is apparently haunted. And the last time I was at a haunted place, which was the Ohio State Reformatory, I did a big video about it. So I'm thinking of possibly doing one like that. And then, I don't know, maybe on Patreon I will post updates about my trip. Ooh, this looks really good. Anyway, super excited for that trip, and I do have a big stack of books that I want to bring with me, but I might end up adding a couple more books to that stack. Let's see, this one is called Dead Branches. This is by Benjamin Langley. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Very cool cover. I do remember seeing this one on Facebook at one point. Dead Branches. Sometimes you have to come home. When Thomas Tilbrook receives a letter telling him that his estranged father is dying, he realizes it's finally time to go back to the Cambridgeshire Fens. But going back evokes memories of the last time he saw his father, memories that he can't entirely trust. Thomas remembers the summer of 1990 like it was yesterday. Long hot days in the sun, watching the World Cup on TV, and his best friend John going missing. He remembers how the silence of the adults had forced him to investigate what had happened to John with his brother and cousins. After all, who knew the hidden pathways and secrets of a village better than they did? Could it have been the local boogeyman Shaky Jake? Could one of the creatures on his deck of horror cards have been responsible? Could it be the dead tree with the sinister smile that watched him from a nearby field? Or could the truth be closer to home and far worse than he could have ever possibly imagined? This sounds so good. I can't wait to read this. Alright, next up in the box, we have Bleed Away the Sky by Brian Feta Steele. Beautiful cover on that. Like I said, they always have such nice covers. Every bloodline has secrets. Audrey Darrow lost her mother when she was a child. Now her absent father has passed away, and now Elliot, the half-brother she never knew, wants to connect with the only family he has left on an impromptu cross-country road trip. But some secrets are best left hidden. Soon after the journey begins, she learns that her mother belonged to an ancient line of women who held powers they used to seal and protect our realm from an onslaught of nightmarish entities. And Audrey is the last of them. That sounds awesome. A little bit witchy. Very, very cool. Ooh, this looks really fun. This is called Red Diamond by Michael's Joy. This is like a monster attack kind of book, I can tell already. Very Godzilla looking, or like a sci-fi original movie. I'm all for it. There's a monster coming to the small town of Pikeburn. In half an hour, it will begin feeding on the citizens. But no one will call the authorities for help. They are the ones who sent it here to Pikeburn. They are the ones who are broadcasting the massacre live to the world. Every year, Red Diamond unleashes a new creation in a different town as a display of savage terror that is part celebration. Only no one is celebrating in Pikeburn. No one feels honored or patriotic. They feel like prey. Obviously, this sounds a bit like Hunger Games, but with big monsters, so that's fun. I'm usually not a big fan of post-apocalyptic kind of books, but if it's got a monster in it, I'm gonna read it. Alright, this is awesome. I was just looking at this book the other day, and I was kind of hoping it would be in the box, so thank you, Pete. This is Behemoth by H.P. Newquist. Very, very cool cover. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of Castle Freak, Stuart Gordon movie. I don't know why, I guess just because of a castle. After losing 3 local boys to a devastating car crash in the upstate village of Morris, New York, the neighboring town of Ashford suffers even more tragedy over the next couple of weeks when several townspeople mysteriously vanish in the middle of the night. Keywords. Sensing that there's a rational explanation, however strange it may be, local reporter Robert Garahan decides to get to the bottom of the matter. Initially, he only digs up a little more than small-town gossip until a desperate man tells Garam that his daughter will be the next to disappear. Amid rambling stories of monsters and strange rituals, the father tries to convince Garahan that the town is rife with danger. When yet another accident forces Garahan to look into his wild claims, what he finds are secrets beyond comprehension. The extent of Morris's horrific history are finally revealed. From townspeople who abide the loss of a little girl, to whispers of a nightmarish creature lurking in the woods, and ultimately to the dogmatic priest who adheres to ancient rituals regarding the mythical Behemoth. Garahan realizes too late that he has been chosen as the next one to disappear, Can he avoid his fate, or is he doomed to be the latest sacrifice? Like I said, sounds awesome. So the next one is, oh man, yes. This is yet another sci-fi original looking book. This is called The Cryptids. It is by Alana Gomel. An invasion like no other is threatening the Silicon Valley. A cutting-edge quantum communication technology has unleashed a flood of cryptid sightings. From headless Mothmen, oh my god, this sounds so good, to dog-faced cats, strange beasts are prowling the streets and emerging from the woods, spreading a deadly epidemic of mind blindness. Children mutate into protein monsters, people are carried away by thunderbirds, and those who survive fail to recognize themselves in the mirror. Cryptozoologist Sharon Manley, a stranger in a strange land, thinks she knows what's going on. But who is going to believe her if her information comes to her in dreams? Torn between two countries and two men, ooh, got a love triangle, she finally embarks on a one-way odyssey into the heart of the cryptid Earth to uncover its shocking secrets. Her quest takes her to the forest of flayed bears, to the beach colonized by Mothmen, yes, and finally to the golden city of hell. There she has to confront the enigmatic cryptid masters and to make the choice that will determine the fate of more worlds than one. Alright, so it looks like we have 3 more books in the box. So let's take a look. Alright, awesome. So this is Not Your Average Monster, a Bestiary of Horror, which is edited by Pete Kale, who of course sent along the books for review. Now I actually won this in a massive giveaway a couple of months ago. I received most of them, but I'm still waiting on a couple. When those come in, I'll do a big haul because it was a giveaway of like 25 books. It was crazy. But yeah, this was one of the books, so he went ahead and included it amongst all of the others that he sent. And this looks really fun. Obviously, it's a big anthology of monster horror stories. Oh, he actually signed this for me, which is awesome. He said, Cameron, the monsters inside should provide some distraction from the horrors we see every day in the real world. Yeah, I could really use some distraction, and I could really use it. Let's see, next up we have Not Your Average Monster 2, a menagerie of vile beasts. I didn't even know there was a volume 2. That is awesome. And then the final book in the package is The Specimen by Pete Kale. This is a big old book. The synopsis says, from a crater lake on an island off the coast of Bronze Age Estonia, to a deformed Viking warrior's conquest of England, to the blood-soaked temple of an Aztec god of death, disease, and resurrection, their presence has shaped our world. They are writers. 1 month ago, an urban explorer was drawn to an abandoned asylum in the mountains of northern Massachusetts. There he discovered a large specimen jar containing something organic, unnatural, and possibly alive. I'll bet it's alive. Now he and a group of unsuspecting individuals have discovered one of history's most horrific secrets. Whether they want to or not, they are caught in the middle of a millennia-old war, and the latest battle is about to begin. This sounds epic. Like I said, big chunky book, and he did include a Bloodshot Books bookmark. I'm going to include links to the social media for Bloodshot Books, by the way, down in the graveyard, so you can go and check them out. And he did also sign this for me. He said, Cameron, allow me to introduce you to the monsters in my head. Pete Kale. Very cool. Thank you so much, Pete. This was so nice of you. My goodness. Look at all these beautiful books. Look at that. I don't even know where I'm going to start. And I do have a bunch of books to read. Like, all of these on my cart are my review books that I still need to get to. So I need to read these first before I can even get to these. Except I think I will make an exception for this one since it's so short. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. This was so kind of you. Everybody, please go check out Bloodshot Books. Go check out Pete's books. Really cool guy. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please take care of yourselves out there. Wear a mask. Just do it, because at the end of the day, only you can prevent yourself from being an asshole. Thank you so much for watching Library Macabre. I'll see you in the next one. Later, creeps.